Dear Patriots, before the news starts, please subscribe to our patriotic channel by clicking the subscribe button. Give us a thumbs up to this video. Don't forget to leave your opinion below in the comments section. Share the news on Facebook and Twitter so your friends see it. Thank you.
Elementary school teacher disrespects Melania Trump in a sick way, and made all of her students suffer. Education for the children of America is a top priority for First Lady Melania Trump. So in honor of National Read a Book Day, Mrs. Trump decided to donate Dr. Seuss books to schools across the country with programs that achieve high standards of excellence. But one elementary school librarian decided to put politics before her students, and reject the donation of books made by our First Lady. Phipps Soeiro, a librarian at Cambridgeport Elementary School in Massachusetts, not only refused to accept the books, she also insulted Melania Trump in a letter, implying that her choice of books were racist. You may not be aware of this, but Dr. Seuss is a bit of a cliché, a tired and worn ambassador for children's literature, Ms. Soeiro wrote. As First Lady of the United States, you have an incredible platform with world-class resources at your fingertips. Another fact that many people are unaware of is that Dr. Seuss's illustrations are steeped in racist propaganda, caricatures, and harmful stereotypes, she added. She concluded her letter by recommending 10 children's books that she said would open Mrs. Trump's eyes to the lives of the many children affected by the policies of your husband's administration. Her list included Michael Hall's 2015 children's book about gender identity, Red, A Crayon Story, and Edward Dantica's 2015 children's book about illegal immigration, Mama's Nightingale, A Story of Immigration and Separation. It's a sad day when a liberal teacher's hate for this administration becomes more important than the education of young American children. MSNBC just cut into President Trump's speech seconds ago to do sick thing to him. Donald Trump is the founder and owner of the Trump Organization. It's an international conglomerate out of New York City. Trump Organization also employs 22,000 people across its properties. Manufacturing optimism reached new heights this year ahead of the Trump administration. Trump is cutting business tax to 20% and his American manufacturing is going to come roaring back. MSNBC cut into Trump's speech to smear him? How sad. These people are sad. Expose these liars for who they are by hitting that share button. Thank you and have a wonderful day. Saved seconds after handing Puerto Rico the ultimate gift, Trump looked into the camera and said the incredible. The devastation of Hurricane Maria has been a shock to the whole world, but fellow Americans continue to feel it the deepest. Thank God we have a president who's willing to do whatever it takes to protect and support all U.S. citizens. At an historic press conference on Friday, President Trump revealed the true extent of Puerto Rico's losses and was visibly humbled by the horrible situation. I would like to begin by sending our thoughts and prayers to the people of Puerto Rico who have been struck by storms of historic and catastrophic severity. People have never seen anything like this, said Trump. As expected, it didn't take long for President Trump to start turning heads with a powerful message of hope. The commander-in-chief looked directly into the camera and vowed to rebuild. We've undertaken a massive federal mobilization to assist Puerto Rico, including the presence of over 10,000 federal personnel, including 5,000 U.S. military and National Guard personnel led by a very, very strong and talented three-star general. All appropriate departments of our government from Homeland Security to Defense are engaged fully in the disaster and the response and recovery effort, said Trump. Not only did this announcement bring onlookers to tears, but it strengthened the amazing bond between President Trump and the leaders of both Puerto Rico and the Virgin Islands. Both governors, I have to tell you, of Puerto Rico and of the Virgin Islands have been extremely good. They are working so hard. There's nothing, the houses are largely flattened, the roads are washed away, there is no electricity, the plants are gone, they're gone. Which is exactly why President Trump is mobilizing the best relief with the best people in charge. These are the actions of a man who truly cares, not only about saving human lives, but also improving the quality of those lives. This is just another example of President Trump taking the reins and making sure things get done. Do you think President Trump is doing the right thing? Are you proud of his commitment to all of America? Tell us what you think and share this incredible moment. Sources: dailycaller.com. This teacher bullied Melania. She regrets it now that Melania pulled out secret weapon. Melania Trump is an easy target for the left and the mainstream media for a number of reasons. To name just two, she's beautiful and married to the most powerful man on the planet, the man the left loathes more than any other man on earth, and possibly of all time. Who can forget the way liberal reporters jumped all over Mrs. Trump not long ago when she dared to wear high heels before boarding Air Force One for hurricane-ravaged Texas? The nerve of that woman. Liberals are still out to get Melania. How else can you explain why a school librarian from Massachusetts would turn down books donated by FLOTUS? Because that's exactly what happened. The White House chose one elementary school from each state and donated 10 Dr. Seuss books their way. In Melania's note to the school, she wrote, "As I was thinking about your return to school, I wanted to send you a special gift. Dr. Seuss's Oh, the Places You'll Go is a book my son and I have read over and over again, and one that we want to share with all of you." Nice, right? Nod to librarian Phipps Soeiro, who not only refused to accept the books but wrote back a letter of her own wondering why the White House wasn't sending books to underfunded and underprivileged communities that continued to be marginalized and maligned by policies put in place by Secretary of Education Betsy DeVos. Ah, it's Betsy DeVos' fault now. Good one. Soeiro would rather deny students at her own school Dr. Seuss books than be caught dead accepting anything from Melania Trump. That's liberal logic for you. Now, Melania has responded with this classy statement. First Lady Melania Trump fired back Friday at a Massachusetts elementary school librarian who rejected her donation of Dr. Seuss books, claiming their illustrations are examples of racist propaganda. Stephanie Grisham, Director of Communications for the First Lady's office, said in a statement to Fox News that the response was unfortunate, and Mrs. Trump wanted to use her platform to help as many children as she can. She has demonstrated this in both actions and words since her husband took office, and sending books to children across the country is but one example, she said. To turn the gesture of sending young students some books into something divisive is unfortunate, but the First Lady remains committed to her efforts on behalf of children everywhere. To celebrate National Read a Book Day, the First Lady had sent out a collection of 10 Dr. Seuss books to one school in each state across the nation. The titles included, The Cat in the Hat, One Fish, Two Fish, Red Fish, Blue Fish, Wacky Wednesday, Green Eggs and Ham, and Oh, the Places You'll Go. She followed in the footsteps of her predecessor, Michelle Obama, who often read Dr. Seuss books to children. Former First Ladies Hillary Clinton and Barbara Bush also read to children at Dr. Seuss-themed educational events. I wanted to send you a special gift. Dr. Seuss's Oh, the Places You'll Go is a book my son and I have read over and over again, and one that we want to share with all of you, the First Lady wrote in her letter to students. Please also remember that you are the future of America and that you can accomplish anything you set your mind to. Don't you just love our First Lady? She is such a proud and strong individual. God bless her. Now, look what came out about the professor. She was pictured wearing cat in the hat gear. What a putz. That's the thing about talking smack on the Trumps. It always come back to bite you. Share this if you stand with Melania. HT, Washington Examiner, The Right Scoop. Nancy Pelosi just caught on hot mic admitting something huge. This video will ruin her. Nancy Pelosi should run for president in 2020. Now, hear me out. She is almost as bad as Hillary Clinton for the Democratic Party right now. If she ran for president, then they would have no chance. Nancy Pelosi wanted to talk about a bailout for Puerto Rico, but reporters wanted to talk about gun legislation. Pelosi muttered "Oh God" under her breath. "Madam Leader, I'd like to get your thoughts on some gun legislation moving toward the floor," the reporter said. "Oh God," Pelosi said. "Yeah," she muttered to herself when the reporter said the bill would deregulate silencers and undermine concealed carry laws. "Well, in addition to that, it's the silencers, it's the, conceal and carry," Pelosi said, repeating what the reporter just said, "and it's also, she continued, before suffering a brain freeze for several awkward moments, before blurting out, armor-piercing bullets." According to NBC, the NRA had a 42% approval rating. The approval of Congress is at 8%, according to The Economist. Pelosi has a 26% approval rating, according to the American Mirror. Get this out there if you think that Nancy Pelosi needs to get out of Senate. She is ruining this country. Thanks for reading, y'all. After officer escorting Trump to airport wrecks, what Trump does next is simply unbelievable. On Wednesday, President Donald Trump was escorted through Indiana on his way back to Air Force One with Indianapolis Metropolitan Police officers. On the way there, Officer Robert Turner crashed his motorcycle on the I-70, according to Blue Lives Matter. The officer suffered a broken ankle and concussion and was put in a neck brace and taken to the Methodist Hospital. Here is the awful pic of the crash. According to multiple reports, Trump delayed Air Force One leaving back to Washington until he had checked to see if the officer was injured. The Indianapolis Metropolitan Police Department then posted the video on their Facebook page of Officer Turner getting a call from the president, then wrote the following. Congresswoman Susan Brooks, Republican Indiana, then sent out the following heartbreaking image on Twitter and thanked the officer for his service and prayers for his recovery. "Thank you so much to all our police officers for their sacrifice. They do an amazing job and work hard to make sure our country is kept safe. Please help us at Liberty Writers share this everywhere because the mainstream media will not show it to anyone. Let's spread this everywhere so the whole world can see how amazing our president is. God bless our cops."